So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through everything you need to know, from where to park, what garages to use, how the transportation works, and what I personally recommend when you're coming to Disney Springs. This is your complete Disney Springs parking and transportation playbook. So by the time you're done, you'll know how to get in, how to get out, and how to enjoy your time while you're here in Disney Springs without any stress. Let's start with some pre-prep tips before you come to Disney Springs. I'm Melissa, your Disney bestie, making your next Disney day a little lighter and a little brighter, and it's time to whistle while you work. Getting to Disney Springs early can actually make a really big difference in planning your trip here. Disney Springs actually opens up a lot earlier than people think. Even if the shops and restaurants aren't open yet, the parking lot is available for you to come in, park, and come into Disney Springs and start to walk around. And you can really enjoy the vibes here where it's nice and quiet, enjoy the atmosphere, and get ready to shop when the doors open. Parking is also easier in the morning, and it's just a time that you can grab a quick coffee or tea and just walk around and really enjoy the vibes. My next tip for you is if you're planning to have a dining reservation here at one of the restaurants in Disney Springs. Disney Springs is pretty spread out, and even though parking and transportation can be pretty easy, everything still takes time. So if you do have a dining reservation here at Disney Springs, I recommend that you get here 30 to 60 minutes ahead of time, so that allows you enough time to park, get through security, and then get to your reservation on time, so you won't be rushing and you won't be stressed out. And although parking can be pretty easy to find, there are times when parking hits capacity. Usually that's during the weekends or during the busy holiday time. So sometimes you might be redirected to a different parking lot or different parking garage. So that's something to keep in mind too, especially if you have a reservation that you need to get to on time. Here are some key times to remember about Disney Springs. The stores generally open around 10 a.m. The parking garages generally open around 9 a.m., giving you enough time to park and get in and enjoy a little walk before the stores and the restaurants open. And the parking garages are open till about 11 p.m. during the week, Sunday through Thursday, until 11:30 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Always to check the My Disney Experience app if you want to have more accurate times about the parking garages and Disney Springs stores and to find out all their opening and closing times. And remember, one of the best things about Disney Springs is that the parking is completely free. That's free. So no parking validation, nothing like that needed at all. All you just need to do is arrive here, park in one of the parking lots and garages, and then just enjoy your time, take your time as you go through Disney Springs. Now let's break down all the different parking lots and garages in Disney Springs so you know where to park based on what you're doing. So let's start off by getting a lay of the land of Disney Springs and the different parking garages and parking lots that are available to you, so you can decide which one is going to be best for you for your next trip depending on what you're doing. So the first one is going to be the Grapefruit Garage. Now the Grapefruit Garage is closest to the marketplace area. It's also great too because sometimes there are EV options available for charging, so that makes a nice bonus. And when you park in the Grapefruit Garage, you're going to be closest to stores like the World of Disney. You're also going to be close to that Advent Health waterside stage for entertainment. But the one thing to remember about the Grapefruit Garage is that there is a bridge walkway into Disney Springs. So it's not always the quickest and most direct, and I'm going to show you that as well. So that's just something to keep in mind if you park in the Grapefruit Garage. Then next we have the Lime Garage. Now this garage is the most central in Disney Springs area. It's close to stores like Vera Bradley, close to stores like Lululemon, and as you can see here, it's just right here in this central area. So if you're not quite sure what you're going to do in Disney Springs, the Lime Garage is always a good bet to park in that garage. Now after that, we have the Orange Garage. The Orange Garage is closest to the west side. It's closest to the AMC Disney Springs movie theater. The Orange Garage is actually where Paul and I park most of the time because we go to a lot of movies. And this is also another great option for garages. And then in addition to those three garages, there's also the parking lots. So the parking lots, when you drive in, you're going to see signs that say surface lots. And the parking lots that are available are the watermelon and mango parking lots, as well as the strawberry parking lots. Now these are good options as well if you're driving a larger vehicle. This is also on the west side and closest to Cirque du Soleil. So as you can see here, you have a lot of different options when it comes to parking the different garages and the parking lots, and you can choose according to what you're going to do to make it easier for you when you come to Disney Springs for your next dining reservation, or if you're going shopping, or whatever you want to do to decide where exactly you want to park. So now it's time to go on a little adventure and check out all of the parking lots and garages so you can plan your next trip to Disney Springs. So first up is the Grapefruit Garage. Now the Grapefruit Garage is great if you want to be close to the marketplace. It'll take you right out to stores like World of Disney, Ghirardelli Chocolates, and Basin if you want to get your bath salts as well. So this is a really great garage if you want to be close to that area. But keep in mind with this garage that there is a walkway into Disney Springs, and I'm going to show you that. So it's not always the closest into it, but it does drop you right in that center area near World of Disney. And one of the nice options that they have here in the Grapefruit Garage is they do have some electric vehicle charging stations. So if you did need to charge your vehicle here while you're at Disney Springs, this could be an option for you. When you park in the Grapefruit Garage, you're going to want to go to level 3, and that is going to take you to the walkway to Disney Springs. And there also are escalators and elevators available to get to level 3. And as you can see here in the Grapefruit Garage, it is 5 levels, and level 3 is the parking and walkway to Disney Springs. Here is the entrance to level 3 of the Grapefruit Garage. And as you can see here, these are all of the escalators over here. So if you parked a floor below or a floor above, you can get here to level 3 with the escalators here. And also there are elevators over here too. So now I'm going to show you the walkway that you have to go to walk down towards Disney Springs. So let's go ahead and take a walk. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, you too. So as you can see, it's quite a little bit of a walk. So this is something to keep in mind if you do park in the Grapefruit Garage, that you are going to have to walk on this. Paul and I did this one day when we went shopping, and we didn't realize this walk, and we had tons of bags. This is when we first moved to the area. So it was quite a walk with a lot of bags. So it's just something to keep in mind. Even though it does take you closest to World of Disney, you have a little bit of a walk to do. So I'm just going to take you on this walk here so you can see exactly how far it is. And again, I was dropped off right at level 3 there when I came in, but walk right out to this walkway. On our way, we're still walking. This actually crosses over the main road here, you can see. But I wanted to show this to you because it's just something to keep in mind. It is a garage that you can, again, be in a very central area, but you do have to walk. So just be aware about that next time you come and if you decide to park in the Grapefruit Garage. Now, we're not done yet. I got to the end of the walkway, and at this point here, you could either go down the stairs or take the elevator. So again, something to remember with this, when you park in the Grapefruit Garage, you have to go down to the ground level to get to where you check in at security. So here is the elevator that you can take down. And then here are the stairs. So I'm going to go ahead and take the stairs. There are quite a few of them, so just keep that in mind. And then when you're coming back from Disney Springs to your car, this is what the stairs look like here. And the elevator is, if you to the left of the stairs, if you go down this little pathway here, down this way. This is where you'll find the elevator right here. And then after you get down the stairs or off the elevator, you have to walk down this pathway to go through security, and then you'll get right into Disney Springs. And here is the security that you have to go through into Disney Springs after you park in the Grapefruit lot. You have to go through the security here to get into Disney Springs. And as you can see, when you come in, you'll come in right by Basin. This is a great store if you want to get bath bombs or any self-care items there. Straight ahead, you're going to see Ghirardelli chocolate. That is perfect if you want a little chocolate fix. We have Crystal Arts here to the right for some wonderful gifts. Straight ahead as well is the Advent Health Waterside stage. So this lot is great to park in. If you're going to a concert and you want to get right there, this will take you right here when you come down. And then of course, you're gonna be right here in the center of the marketplace next to the World of Disney. So that was the Grapefruit Garage. As you can see, the pros is that it takes you right close to the World of Disney, so very convenient. And there also are those EV chargers, so if you do have an electric vehicle and want to charge while you're here, you could do that too. The cons is that it's a little further away, so you have a little bit more of a walk over that walkway, especially if you have lots of bags and carrying back with you, just like Paul and I. That's something to keep in mind if you park in the Grapefruit Garage. So I have 2 more garages I need to show you, but before we go, let me know in the comments below if you do park in the Grapefruit Garage. I'm just curious if that's something you do because it drops you off here in the center near World of Disney and you're okay with the walk. Comment and let me know. And if you enjoy watching my videos to the Disney parks, resorts, and all the magic in between, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell for future notifications. It really helps out more than you know, and I would absolutely love to take you on my next adventure. So now let's go check out the next garage, the Lime Garage. Here we are in the Lime parking garage. Now this garage is closest to everything in the center of Disney Springs. So if you're not quite sure what you want to do in Disney Springs, you can't go wrong with parking in the Lime Garage because it's closest to a lot of the shops and really the center of everything. And when you come to the Lime Garage, wherever you park, you want to go to level 2, and that is going to take you to the walkway to Disney Springs, and there are escalators and elevators available. And as you can see, there are 5 levels of parking in the Lime Garage, and level 2 is where the parking and bridge to Disney Springs is. Here are the escalators. And then here are all the elevators. And level 2 is the entrance to the walkway to Disney Springs. This is where you will have to go through security on level 2. And then after you get through security, you're going to come to a level here where you could either take the elevator down, the escalator down, or the stairs, and that'll take you right into Disney Springs. And as soon as you get off the escalators, to your right is going to be Polite Pig. This is a great restaurant to go to if you want a quick meal. They have the best barbecue here. So that is as soon as you get off the escalators of the Lime Garage. To your left is going to be the Ron Jon Surf Shop. And as you walk out of the Lime Garage, this is going to take you to the center of Disney Springs. So this is where you're going to find all of the major shops if you want to do some shopping. To your left, as soon as you walk out of the garage, there's a whole line of shops that you can go down there. Lululemon is down there, Sephora, all the major shops. So I would definitely say if you want to come into the center of Disney Springs, you can't go wrong with the Lime Garage. It takes you right into the center where all the shops are, and you can easily get around. So that is the Lime Garage. The pros are, if you're going to Disney Springs, it's right in the center of everything. It'll take you right to where all the shopping is, really easy access to everything. The cons would be is that it happens to be one of the busier parking garages because it's right in the center. So just be aware about that if you are going to park in the Lime Garage. And let's keep going. We're going to head over now to the Orange Garage. Here we are in the Orange Garage, and the Orange Garage is located on the west side of Disney Springs, and when you park here, it actually takes you directly outside of the AMC movie theater. When you get to the Orange Garage, you're going to want to go to level 2, and that is where the security points are located that you go through before you get down into Disney Springs. Now, I mentioned that there are 2 security points here in the Orange Garage. The first one is by row 13, and I'm going to show you the escalators and the elevators and the security, and we'll walk through and I'll show you where you end up on the one side of the AMC movie theater. So here are the escalators. And then over here, you can see these are where all the elevators are. So this first security point I'm going to show you is by row 13, and this is where you check in through security before you get into Disney Springs. So after you get through the security here, you'll come to a landing area where you can either take the elevator or take the stairs downstairs to Disney Springs. Here are the elevators. Now, when you come out of the Orange Garage, out of this entrance, you're going to see a couple things. You're going to see Everglazed here. This is a great place if you want to get some donuts, if you want to get some cold brew. They also have chicken there too, which is really good. Paul likes that chicken there at Everglazed. It's a really good one. So that's right over there to your right. And we'll walk down a little bit further. And to your left, you're going to see Splitsville. Now, Splitsville is great because they have a lot of fun stuff there. They have bowling available in there. They have great entertainment. They have great food. And you'll see that over to your left as you walk out. And we're going to walk a little bit further, and I'm going to show you the entrance to the movie theater here. So again, this is the entrance as far as with the security. We got out near row 13, and this takes you to the one side of the movie theater. I wouldn't really call this the main entrance. Maybe this is like the other entrance. But you see here is the box office. Here is the doors here for the movie theater. Now I'm going to show you the other exit of the Orange Garage and where you end up on the other side of the movie theater. So we are in our last parking garage, and I wanted to give you one more pro tip before we head over to the parking lots. So above each of the cars, you're going to see a light, and it's either going to be red or green. If it's red, it means that spot is occupied by a car, and if it's green, it means it's free and available to park in. So it's really nice when you come to these parking garages and at a glance you can see how many spots are empty just by the green lights. I've actually gotten a little spoiled by that because I wish this was in every system. It's really easy to see all those empty spots. And you'll also see how many spots are available in each row as well when you come into Disney Springs with each of the signs. So this is the other end of the Orange Garage. It's by row 2 where you'll have to go through the security. And then after you get through security on this side, you're going to come to that landing, and they have an elevator, escalators, and a set of stairs to go downstairs into Disney Springs. Here are the elevators. And then here is the escalators and the stairs. So when you come out of the Orange Garage on this side, to your right, you're going to see the Coca-Cola store. And then straight ahead, you're going to see Planet Hollywood. And then to your left is going to be the AMC movie theater. The main entrance is right here. So that was the Orange Garage. The pros of the Orange Garage is it's by a lot of different venues like the movie theater, Splitsville, Planet Hollywood. So if you're going to restaurants or stores near that area, it's really convenient. The cons is that it's not center in Disney Springs. So if you're going to go to shops that are more center, you're going to do a little bit of walking. And then the important thing to remember is that there are 2 entry points into Disney Springs from the Orange Garage. So just to remember where you park, so when you come back to get your car, you come in the right entrance. So we've gone through all of the parking garages. Now it's time to go check out all of the parking lots here at Disney Springs. So here we are in the parking lots of Disney Springs. Now when you arrive to Disney Springs, you're going to see signs coming in that say surface lots. And when you come to the surface lots, this is where you'll find all of the parking lots. There are 3 parking lots available in the surface lots: mango, watermelon, and strawberry. Here is the mango lot. As you can see, there's lots of parking here, so this makes a great option for parking. It's right close to Splitsville, and to the left as well, you're going to see Cirque du Soleil, and also where the security is to check in to get into Disney Springs. And then the second lot you're going to see is the watermelon lot that is right in the center. There is tons of parking here in the watermelon lot, and you're going to see Cirque du Soleil right in front of you. The watermelon lot is actually pretty big. There's lots of parking. I'm walking past the Cirque du Soleil right now through the lot, just to show you how much parking there is here. So lots of options here. This lot is also really great too if you have an oversized vehicle to park here, and there is plenty of parking. Also in the watermelon lot are some electric vehicle charging stations. So again, this is really convenient if you need to charge here while you're at Disney Springs. And as you can see here, I'm all the way to the edge and the end of Cirque du Soleil. So that is a large parking lot. Again, lots of options for you to park here. So I just finished walking through the watermelon lot, and I'm now walking over to the strawberry lot, which is further down. I'm going to walk down this pathway and show you where that is. So here I am now in the strawberry lot. And as you can see, there is lots of parking here, but this is also the furthest lot over. So you could see way over there is Cirque du Soleil. We walked through that pathway back over there. So lots of parking available here, but it is a little bit further of a walk. So let me give you some perspective here. Over here, this is the strawberry lot here, that furthest lot. And then this over here is the walkway to Disney Springs, where we just came from originally. And that's what's going to take us to the watermelon lot and the mango lot here, down that path. So we still have to walk down that a ways to get to those lots and also to get to security. So for all 3 parking lots, you're going to go through the same security, which is right where the Cirque du Soleil is. And as soon as you come in through security, to your left is the Cirque du Soleil Theater. This is where the show Drawn to Life is. I highly recommend this show. It's so much fun and it's beautiful. And this is right here to your left as soon as you walk through. To your right is the CityWorks Eatery and Pour House. This is a great place for a bite to eat as well as a drink. And then straight ahead is the House of Blues. A great place to go if you want a bite to eat and to listen to some awesome music. And those were all the parking lots: mango, watermelon, and strawberry. So the pros is that there is tons of space in the parking lots, lots of opportunities to park there. You will more than likely find a place to park. Also in the watermelon lot, they do have the EV chargers, which makes it super convenient. And it's very close to House of Blues, the Cirque du Soleil, so a really good place to park if you're coming in to watch a show. The cons is that it's furthest away on the west side. So if you're trying to go to the center of Disney Springs, you definitely are going to be getting your steps in, but that's okay. Good time to get some steps in. Also to just keep in mind that the parking lots are not covered like the garages. So also on those months that are rainy, make sure you bring an umbrella or a poncho with you because you might be walking back to your car in the rain. So as you can see, there are so many choices for parking here at Disney Springs, and this just gives you an idea of the different places to park and what would be best for you depending on what you plan to do here when you come to Disney Springs. And now I wanted to share some more tips when it comes to parking before we move on to the next mode of transportation. So as I showed you all the different garages and parking lots, you did see that you have to walk through security to enter Disney Springs. So this is why it's so important that you plan accordingly, because going through security is pretty easy, but you can get stopped and that can delay you when you come into Disney Springs. And that can make it a super stressful time if you're trying to rush in for a reservation. And I don't want that to happen for you. So just make sure you leave enough time to go through security. Now, the most common things that set off security are eyeglass cases and umbrellas. So I recommend that if you have those items and if you're going through security, to hold them straight out in front of you, just like this, straight out in front, and walk through, and most likely you won't have to go over and have the rest of your bags checked. But just know that security can stop you at any time to check your bags. And when they do, go ahead and follow their instructions. Be kind, be patient. They are doing their job. They are doing a good job, and just take your time. And again, that's why I definitely recommend, if you're coming for a reservation or a timed event here at Disney Springs, to allow that time to go security, because sometimes it does take a little bit of time. Another tip for you is, as you go through security, keep walking. Don't stop, just keep walking. I see a lot of times people stop and they wait and they wonder what they're supposed to do. And I'm telling you now, don't stop. Just keep walking and walk straight through security, and they'll let you know what to do if they need to see anything of yours. And if you do have a stroller or a wheelchair, you are going to have a separate line that you're going to go through when you go through security. So the next tip I want to share with you is remembering where you park your car. Disney Springs is huge, and the parking lots and garages are huge too. And I don't want you to get lost. It's happened to all of us at one point. So here are some tips to remember where you park your car. I actually like to use the My Disney Experience app to remember where I park my car, and they make it really easy in the app. When you open up your app, go to the bottom right-hand corner where the 3 lines are. Click that and then scroll down to Car Locator. Once you click that, it will pull up where you are, and you can also manually enter it if for some reason if it doesn't pick up where you are, and then save it to your phone right there in the app. I use this all the time whenever I go to Disney Springs, whenever I go to any of the parks, and it's stored right there in My Disney Experience app, so I remember where I park. And remember, there is always cast members and team members available if you ever have any trouble finding your car, or trouble with your car in general, with can't find your keys or you can't start your car. If there's any issues like that, they're there to help you as well. And my last tip for you as your Disney bestie is to not overthink parking. Once you know the layout, the parking can be pretty simple. Pick the garage or the parking lot that's closest to your destination and park, and then just go into Disney Springs and enjoy your time. All of the parking lots and garages have signs so you could see where you park. So when you park, take a picture of the sign, text it to yourself, tell a friend, do something so that you remember where you park your car. So now that we talked all about parking at Disney Springs, now I'm going to share with you all the different forms of transportation on how to get here. So first, let's talk about ride sharing. Ride sharing is a great option if you don't want to drive your car. It's a great option whether you're staying on Disney property or off Disney property. It's also great too if you want to come to Disney Springs and have a couple drinks, maybe listen to some music and just be responsible for the evening. But it's really important with ride sharing to know exactly where the rideshare vehicles pick up and drop off, because there are certain spots here at Disney Springs that they do that, and this is going to help you plan accordingly. So I'm going to show you those spots now. So here is the map of Disney Springs, and there are two places that are available for rideshare here at Disney Springs for drop off and pickup. The first spot for rideshare is the West Side Rideshare. It's right over here on the west side, actually right next to the Strawberry parking lot. And that's where you can go for pickup and drop off for rideshare. And the second place for rideshare is the Marketplace Rideshare, located in the Marketplace area, very close to Rainforest Cafe. And that is also where you can have pickup and drop off for rideshare. So if you're arriving by rideshare at the West Side bus loop, this is the security line that you're going to go through to come into Disney Springs. It's the same one for the parking lots right by Cirque du Soleil. And if you are leaving by rideshare and meeting your driver at the West Side bus loop, you're also going to exit at this area right outside of Cirque du Soleil. You're going to walk towards this gated area here, and you're going to go through these gates right here. And then you're going to walk and follow the path. There are signs all along the way towards the West Side bus loop. And again, it's right next to the Strawberry lot. You'll see the charter buses, you'll see the signs for rideshare, and then you'll see that it's right next to the Strawberry lot. And right off of the Strawberry lot is the West Side bus loop. Now these buses are charter buses for non-Disney owned hotels, so this is where you would go for those. The Disney resort buses are in a different location that I will show you. And this is also the location for rideshare, one of the locations for drop off and for pickup. This is the Marketplace bus loop, the second area for pickup and drop off for rideshare. So you can see here, there's pavilions here where people can sit and wait for their rideshare, and you have the different pickup zones where you can call and get picked up here. So if you are arriving by rideshare to the Marketplace bus loop, I'm going to show you where to enter Disney Springs. That is going to be different from where you exit Disney Springs if you're going to catch rideshare. There are two different entrances there. I talked to the cast member, and he said that they don't let people enter the same way that they exit. That's only for cast members. So it's two separate places, and I'm going to show you both. So when you get dropped off here at the Marketplace bus loop, you're going to follow the signs to the entrance. So we're going to walk straight ahead, and I'm just going to show you the back way here. So, and I'll show you, we'll wrap it back around. This is the exit only, so you can't go in straight away, but when we come back through, this is the way that we'll exit. If you were catching rideshare, you would come through this exit, but we're actually going to go this way here towards the entrance. So just so you know there and don't get confused. The only people that can go in through the exit area are cast members only. So this is the security area. So if you are coming in using rideshare and coming in through the Marketplace bus loop, this is the area that you're going to walk into Disney Springs. And remember, you do have to go through security. And then as soon as you come through security, to your left is the Spice and Tea Exchange. To your right is the Days of Christmas store. And then directly behind me here is the Eat restaurant. So this takes you right here in this area. You're also right next to the carousel as well. So this is where you end up when you come in through that security way. So when you're leaving Disney Springs, and if you are meeting your driver at the Marketplace bus loop, I'm going to show you where you're actually going to walk out. This is where we came in next to eat and the one side of the Days of Christmas store. But we're actually going to walk on the other side. So we're going to go this way. And it's in between the Days of Christmas store and the Rainforest Cafe. So you're going to see here is the Rainforest Cafe. Here is the Days of Christmas store. And we're going to walk down this pathway here. Also to your left is the Art of Disney store. We're going to walk this way. All the way down here. And again, this is where the exit is, and it's exit only. So that's just something to remember if you are going to be catching rideshare, where the where you come in to and where you leave. It's different. But what's nice is that they have signs, so it's easy to find, and the cast members are awesome, and they'll tell you where you need to go. So here, this here is the exit only. So if you go here, exit, and then you walk straight through, that's where you're going to catch rideshare down that a ways. So that is your guide to using rideshare to Disney Springs. And remember, there are 2 locations for drop-off and pickup, the West Side bus loop and the Marketplace bus loop. So it's important to know about these 2 locations for rideshare so you can plan accordingly the next time you're coming to Disney Springs. The West Side bus loop is going to take you closer to Cirque du Soleil, Splitsville, and the movie theater. And the Marketplace bus loop is going to take you a little bit more central, closer to Rainforest Cafe, and a little bit of an easier walking distance to the World of Disney. So make sure you know about these 2 different places for rideshare so that you can plan accordingly. And now I'm going to show you the next mode of transportation when coming and going from Disney Springs, and that is the Disney Resort buses. Okay, so let's take a look at where the buses to the Disney resorts are. So here we are on the Disney Springs map, and right down here are the buses to the Disney Resort hotels. You'll see it's nearby the Disney Springs Art Walk. It's in the area that's considered the town center area. And another great landmark for this is it's near Planet Hollywood, as well as the Coca-Cola store. So that's where the buses to the Disney Resort hotels are, that you can catch the buses, and I'm going to show you exactly how that works. Another landmark for the buses, right here by the Coca-Cola store, you are going to see the entrance for the Orange Garage. Now this is the one that is close to the entrance of the movie theater. So this is the way that we're going to head to where you would catch the buses to the Disney resorts. So here is where the Orange Garage is, and we're going to make a left and head over to where the buses are, where you can grab a bus to any of the Disney resorts. The bus service to all of the Disney resorts starts when Disney Springs opens, and it ends 1 hour after Disney Springs closes. Catching a bus from Disney Springs to any of the Disney resorts is fairly simple, and I'm going to show you all the resorts that you can go to directly here from Disney Springs. But if you are heading to any of the parks like Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, or Animal Kingdom, you are going to have to come up with a different plan because you can't catch a bus directly from Disney Springs to those parks. Instead, you're going to have to go to a resort that's close to that park. So, for example, if you wanted to head to Magic Kingdom, you could take the bus over to Contemporary and then either walk over to Magic Kingdom or take the monorail over to Magic Kingdom. That would be the best way to get over there, but you can't take it directly by bus from Disney Springs. So here is the bus directory, and you can see it's very well marked here with all the different resorts that you can go to from Disney Springs. And you'll see here that there's the different gate numbers. So to the left are gates 1 through 9, and then to the right are gates 10 through 29. depending on where you want to go, you just find your resort on the directory and then you just walk over to that gate. And what makes it really nice is that everything is alphabetical order here on the directory. So you'll see here all of the resorts are listed in alphabetical order. So it makes it really easy to find where you want to go. Over here, again, you'll see all the A's, All-Star Movies, All-Star Music, All-Star Sports, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Art of Animation Resort. Then we have Boardwalk Resort. Then we have Caribbean Beach Resort, Contemporary Resort, Coronado Springs Resort, Fort Wilderness Resort as well here. And then on the right side here, you're going to see Grand Floridian Resort, Polynesian Resort, Old Key West Resort, Pop Century Resort, Port Orleans French Quarter, Port Orleans Riverside, Riviera Resort, Saratoga Springs Resort, Typhoon Lagoon, which is the water park, Wilderness Lodge, and Yacht and Beach Club Resorts. So again, it makes it really easy here to come to the directory, look at where you want to go. Everything is alphabetical order, and you just find the resort that you want to go to and see what gate it's at, and then you're going to head over to that gate to catch your bus. And here's what one of the gates looks like. You can actually see on the sign here, it has the number at the top and the names of the resorts below. So it makes everything really easy to find here when you're catching the bus. When you arrive at Disney Springs by bus from any of the resorts, they're going to drop you off at one central location here because, again, you do have to go through security. So they'll drop you off at one location. The bus driver will let you know, though, if you're returning to that same resort where you're going to go pick up the bus, where I showed you all the different gates. But just know that they'll drop you off at one location and you're going to go through security right over here. And then you'll go through Disney Springs, and when you go to leave, then you'll go to where all the gates are and pick your gate to pick the resort. So they make it very easy. You're not going to get lost, but just know that you do have to go through security when you do arrive at Disney Springs. When it comes to rideshare, you also can book a minivan. Now the minivans are really fun because it is the rideshare service that's through Disney. You can actually book it through Lyft, and this service can also take you to all of the parks and all the resorts. You'll know it's a minivan because it's got the cute red and white polka dots on them. And it's just a really fun way to get around as well with transportation here from Disney Springs to any of the resorts and any of the parks. And you'll find this minivan pickup service here at the place where you also can grab a Disney Resort bus as well. It's in the same area. You can also catch a minivan at the other rideshare locations, the Westside Rideshare and the Marketplace Rideshare. They also have a lot of signs here to help you along the way. So on this one it says, last bus from Disney Resort Hotels to Disney Springs departs at 11:30, and last bus from Disney Springs to Disney Resort Hotels departs at 1 a.m. So again, they keep you very well aware of the transportation here, of when you can catch it, especially those last times you can catch it at the end of the night. You can also walk down this pathway here to catch the bus where the Disney Art Walk sign is, down this pathway. This area here is right near across from Chicken Guy Restaurant. So that's a landmark there that you'll know that you can walk down that pathway to catch the bus as well. Here is another sign for the Disney Springs Art Walk, and when you see that, you also know that that is another pathway as well too, that you can walk down and catch the buses here. And here in Town Center is another walkway to catch the bus. This walkway is right next to the Coach store. So you can catch the bus just by walking through here. And this will also take you to where all the gates are to grab a bus to any of the Disney resorts. And that was bus transportation here at Disney Springs. And as you can see, it's really easy to navigate here on bus at Disney Springs to all of the different resorts. And remember, if you are heading to one of the parks, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, or Animal Kingdom, you can't catch a bus directly from Disney Springs to that park. So you'll have to go to a resort that's close by and then find a way to get to that park. I love the Disney bus transportation system here. It's really easy to get to different resorts, and resort hopping by bus can be a really fun activity. So the next time you're here at Disney Springs and maybe you're not going to the park that day, you want to check out some of the resorts, just grab a bus here and you could do some resort hopping and check out all what there is on all the resorts with food and activities. It's just a really fun thing to do. And now we're moving on to the next form of transportation in your Disney Springs Parking and Transportation Playbook. Now I'll tell you a mode of transportation not to do when you're here at Disney Springs, and that is scuba diving. Now if you don't believe this, go on Google and check this out. This is a wild story. A man in the middle of the night swam up in full scuba gear and wetsuit to the Paddlefish. This is one of the restaurants here at Disney Springs, and he unfortunately robbed the restaurant. He took over $20,000 from the restaurant and got back into the water and swam away. It was the craziest thing. Now fortunately nobody was hurt. He took over $20,000, but just the craziest story. And I don't recommend that you scuba dive while you're here at Disney Springs. That would not be one of the forms of transportation that I would recommend. But speaking of the water, we are going to look at one that I would recommend, and that is boat transportation in Disney Springs. So I'm going to show you all about boat transportations here at Disney Springs because it's another great way to get around. So here is our map again of Disney Springs, and we're going to head over to the boats. So if you go towards the marketplace area close to the Rainforest Cafe that you'll see here, this is where you can go ahead and hop on the boats, and I'm going to show you where you could do that and where the boats will take you. So we are going to walk past Rainforest Cafe towards the Days of Christmas. This is also the same area that we walk towards with the Rideshare. And this is where we're going to go find all of the boat transportation. So here is the exit where you can catch the boat transportation. We came here for the Rideshare, so we're going to go straight through here, through the exit area. If you go straight ahead, that is where Rideshare is, but we are going to make a left to go towards boat transportation. Okay. And it's such a pretty walk down here on the bridge to the boats. And here is where you can catch the boats at the Saratoga Steamboat Company. You'll see here the boat ramps, and there are two separate sides here depending on where you want to go. On the left-hand side, you're going to see boats that are going to go to Saratoga Springs Resort, and those are on the blue flag boat. And then you're also going to see Disney's Old Key West Resort, and those are the green flag boat. And then on the right-hand side, you're going to see boats for Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter Resort and Riverside Resort, and that is yellow and purple flag boats. And then you're also going to see Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter boats here, and those are the purple flag boats. And the boat service here from Disney Springs runs from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Key West. You will arrive from boat right in front of Olivia's. This is a great restaurant, and right in the center here of the resort of Old Key West. And then to get back to Disney Springs, you'll go over here to the sign where it says DVC Ferry and take the water taxi over to Disney Springs. And here we are at Saratoga Springs. When you get off the boat, it's going to take you right here in front of the Turf Club Bar and Grill. So this is where it will drop you off. And then right over here to the left, this is where you load on the boat to get back to Disney Springs. And there is a second stop on the Saratoga Springs boat at the Treehouse Villas. You'll see here, this is where you'll enter here. And it's right actually next to the Riverside Levee Bicycles for Hire, and this is where you can rent bikes here at Port Orleans Riverside, which is a really fun activity. And you'll see over here too, this is where the boats let off from Disney Springs, boating over. And we are right near Boatwright's Dining Hall, which is a great place to eat around here too. And again, this is in Port Orleans Riverside. And remember, when you're on this boat, it's the one with the purple and the yellow flag. So it will have two stops. The first stop will be at the French Quarter, and then the second stop will be at Riverside. So you're just going to want to sit on the boat if you're on that one with the purple and yellow flag and get off at the second stop. There also is a direct boat as well. That's just the purple flag that is going to take you right over to French Quarter. And here is the entrance to the French Quarter when you get off of the boat here. So you'll see here, if you go to your left, this is going to be the walking path that's going to take you over to Riverside. And this is where they drop you off right here, the boats over here, and also, as well as pick you up. And you are dropped off right in the center of French Quarter here. So you'll see here the walkway to French Quarter. And there is the pool over here on this side on the right, but you're right here in the center of French Quarter when you get off the boat here from Disney Springs. And here is the entrance to the boats here at French Quarter. And just remember, the boats run about every 20 minutes from Disney Springs to the resort. And also remember too that each of these boats goes directly from Disney Springs to the resort and then back from the resort to Disney Springs. So you can't hop from resort to resort. If you wanted to go to a different resort, like let's say you wanted to go to Saratoga Springs and you also wanted to go to Port Orleans, you would first take the boat from Disney Springs to Saratoga Springs, go there, and then get back on that boat to go back to Disney Springs, and then take again the boat from Disney Springs to Port Orleans. So they take them individually from Disney Springs to each resort. And I do love all the transportation options here at Disney Springs, and it's free too. Once you get into the Disney bubble, you can hop on a bus, you can hop on a boat, and I will say that the boat transportation has to be one of the most relaxing forms of transportation. So it definitely is a favorite of mine for that. And this is the walkway to Saratoga Springs. It's just past the Saratoga Steamboat Company where you get on to the different boats. And this is just an easy walk over here to this resort. And then when you're leaving the boat, you're going to enter into Disney Springs here. And remember, there is a separate entrance for the security that you are going to have to go into the security. It's different than when we came out of Disney Springs. So you're going to walk to that same security check-in place. It's the same place that we went when we did the Rideshare.
Who told you that?
Here is the exit only of the security. And down this path is going to take us to where we check into security into Disney Springs. And there is another type of boat transportation here at Disney Springs, and that is the Amphicar, which is at the boathouse. Now, the boathouse is the only place in the entire world that has these Amphicar launches, and it is an amphibious car that drives and then goes into the water, and it's a really fun tour. It's a 20-minute tour guided by a captain, and you can check it out here at the boathouse. And that was the boat transportation here at Disney Springs. And as you can see, it's a very relaxing form of transportation and really easy to get around at the different resorts from Disney Springs. And again, if you are planning to have a nice relaxing day and want to do something different, try hopping to different resorts by the boat. You'll have so much fun. You'll get to see all the beautiful nature and ride on the boat and get to check out some really cool resorts. And we have one more form of transportation that I want to show you to get around here at Disney Springs. And it's a hot air balloon. Just kidding. This is not one of your forms of transportation while you're here at Disney Springs, but it is a really fun attraction to visit while you're here. This is the Aerophile, and it is a tethered balloon ride. It goes up about 400 feet in the air, and it's about a 8 to 10 minute experience. So you should definitely check it out when you're here at Disney Springs, but it's just going to take you up and down, and that's about it. You're not going to get really much anywhere else. So instead of taking the balloon over here, we're going to move to another form of transportation, which is walking. Walking is a great form of transportation to Disney Springs, particularly if you are staying on or near a Disney property. So here is our map of Disney Springs, and I'm going to show you the two walkways for the resorts that are within walking distance of Disney Springs. The first is the bridge to Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. This is right around that same area where the boats are as well, close to the Marketplace Rideshare, close to that area where we entered in through the Rainforest Cafe area. And the second area is right over here, the bridge to Disney Springs Resort Area Hotels, also close to the Marketplace Rideshare area within that same area there. So those are the two walkways to the different hotels and resorts that are within walking distance of Disney Springs. The walkway to the Disney Area Resort Hotels is just past the Once Upon a Toy store. And here is the exit. So again, just remember this is exit only, and you'll have to come back in through security when you're coming back into Disney Springs. So here are the stairs to the walkway, and as you can see, there are quite a few of them to get there. And they also do have an elevator if you don't want to take the stairs. So if you go right around the corner, you'll find the elevator right over here. And that will take you upstairs to the walkway. And here is the walkway to all of the area hotels. And you're gonna come here to another landing, and there is a set of stairs, and there also is an elevator available here as well to go downstairs. And then once you come downstairs, there's a lot of different directions you can go depending on what hotel you're going to. So I'll make sure I have a list here of all the hotels that are within walking distance to and from Disney Springs. And when you come down the stairs from the walkway from the other hotels, you're gonna have to go through security. So this is the exit that we came out of Disney Springs, and we're gonna walk around to the security. It is the same security spot for Rideshare, as well as where we went after we rode the boats as well. So that same security spot. We're just coming in at a different angle this time. And here is the security. Again, it's that same security that we went through for Rideshare as well as the boats. We just came in on the other side. Walking is always such a great form of transportation, especially when you're in Disney. So make sure you wear good shoes and use these walking paths. If you're staying at a hotel that's near Disney Springs, it's just so easy to get there. This was your complete guide to parking and transportation at Disney Springs, your Disney Springs Parking and Transportation Playbook. Disney Springs is such a fun place to go, whether you're here to watch a show, grab a bite to eat, grab a drink, go shopping, and just enjoy the vibes. And it's so easy to get here. If you are driving to Disney Springs, you can park for free, and I showed you all the different places you can park so you can plan accordingly depending on where you want to go in Disney Springs. So it just makes your trip a little easier, less stressful, and you can get in and enjoy all the vibes. If you don't feel like driving your own car, you can also use Rideshare to get to Disney Springs. And I showed you all the different places for pickup and drop off for Rideshare, as well as the minivans, which is Disney's own Rideshare where cast members can pick you up in your own minivan. You can also catch buses from Disney Springs, and I showed you just how easy it is to do that, where to catch the bus and how to figure out what bus you need to hop onto. And just remember that riding the buses from Disney Springs to the different resorts is such a fun activity, so you should definitely add that to your list. I also showed you boat transportation in Disney Springs to take you to different resorts. And I have to say, boat transportation in Disney Springs has to be one of the most relaxing forms of transportation. So I definitely recommend that you hop on a boat next time you're here at Disney Springs. And we can't forget about walking. Walking is something that you'll do a lot when you're in the Disney bubble, and you can actually walk to Disney Springs from certain hotels. So if you're staying in a hotel near Disney Springs, it's super easy to get there. My goal for you after watching this playbook is to feel really excited and confident about your next trip to Disney Springs. Once you know all the transportation options, it's really easy to navigate. And don't forget, there are a lot of free opportunities here when you come to Disney Springs. There's no park ticket required when you come to Disney Springs. It's free to come, free parking, free buses, free boat rides. So it's just something really great that you can add to your list the next time you come to Walt Disney World. So don't sleep on Disney Springs. Make sure you add it to your list of places to go the next time you're here at Walt Disney World. If you enjoy watching my videos to the Disney parks, resorts, and all the magic in between, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell for future notifications. I would absolutely love it if you join me on my next adventure. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, make today a little lighter, a little brighter, and whistle while you work.